Hey guys! Welcome to Girls Gone Viral Podcast, your weekly dose of all things pop culture, current events, and real talk. I'm Bree.
And I'm Amiata. Welcome.
Welcome. We should really be saying welcome back because we have been slack-a-lacking. But it hasn't been our fault. First, it was Labor Day.
Stuff just happens.
It was Labor Day, so we were celebrating a holiday. And then the following week, we had, what happened?
I don't know.
Your dad wasn't feeling well.
Oh, yeah.
And now we're back. So,
we're back.
We're back in action. We missed you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess a light on the end of the tunnel of us being gone for some time is that a lot has transpired. So we have some stuff to talk about.
Oh, my gosh. So much transpired. The whole Ray J and Kim Kardashian thing. We were going to hit that one hard. Yeah. But it was just like, it was a lot. It's still going on.
It's still going on. We'll be able to spin the block on that one.
Yep. So, but it's been interesting. Well, today, our viral, because it just won't stop with...
I'm Udoka.
Yeah, so if you know who that is or you don't know who that is the fiance from 2015 of Neil.
First of all, engaged since 2015 is crazy.
But that's a red flag in itself.
For sure.
Right? So that tells you something was going on in this relationship that we are not privy to.
But okay, to me, it's like either you stay together, either y'all are together and you guys get married, or y'all are engaged
and then you
call it off and then y'all break up. But to be engaged for 8 years is really crazy.
Or just because I saw like a statement from her. I don't remember exactly verbatim, but it was basically her saying a while back like that she just didn't feel like she needed the whole like fairy tale wedding marriage thing. So, but if that's the case and you just like, hey, I don't really think marriage is for me. I don't really want to get married. Like, let's just be domestic partners or whatever. Like, that's fine. But I don't know. I don't recall them ever saying like, we're not engaged anymore. We're just together. Like, so I don't know. But not that they have to tell us. But as far as the news in the blogs, they've been engaged since 2015, which is like
that's
7
really
years.
Crazy.
8 years.
To me, it's like either if we're engaged, yeah, we're getting married in 2 years, like, or less. Like, if not, then let's just either A, we go together, or B, we don't go together at all. But engaged for 8 years, 7 years is crazy. Not even dating, engaged for that long. So how long were they together prior to the engagement? Like, come on,
right?
Like,
yeah, it's just that's suspicious in itself.
Don't you find that suspicious? You know,
that's
that
definitely
meme?
Suspicious. Like, it's definitely suspicious. They have like one son together, right? Because I know she has like a couple kids, but I think only one is maybe his.
I don't honestly know too much about their situation. I feel like she has only one son and it's not from him. That's
no,
what
I think she has two. The one is younger. He got to be like, I don't know. He's definitely like a preteen or like under like maybe 12
and under,
yeah,
right.
Something like that, or maybe and then the other one is like a teenager, like an older teenager or something like that, or maybe early 20s or something. But he's definitely like older.
Almost an adult.
Yeah,
right.
That's definitely not the guy's kid. But
so it's less about, okay, it's one thing that he cheated. But now the details are coming out about who, what, when, where, why, how, right? Mm. So apparently he cheated with, well, not apparently, allegedly. He cheated with one of his coworkers, which is already a violation of your, like, that's a conflict of interest when he's the head coach. And then two, it was like the coworker that he cheated with was someone who was like in charge of making both of their schedules. And then on top of it, she was also married. Did you get that?
I didn't get that part.
So there was a new discovery or whatever that...
But he wasn't married, but she was married.
Correct. That her husband was the one who
discovered
the affair because he heard them having an intimate conversation on the Ring camera.
Wow. So he put it out. He's the one who.
Well, he was probably the one who contacted the.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He made it public.
Yeah.
He was the one that went to the Celtics. Was like, if you don't put this out, I'm gonna put it out.
Right. Or even if maybe necessarily he didn't want it to be out to the public for everyone to know, he definitely wanted the Celtics to know. Because that's abuse of his power. Like, I mean, the woman is fully not responsible, but like she knows what she's doing. It's not like she was a victim.
Yeah.
But for him to be the head coach and sleeping with one of the team coworkers or whatever, that's definitely an abuse of power. Like you cannot you cannot be the head coach. Like if it's a water girl and a water boy dating, all right, like whatever. Yeah. But the head coach dating somebody, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah. And the thing is like it's so. This is so common, like in corporate America, you know what I mean? It's like, it's so common. It's like you're the people that you spend the most time with are the people that you work with. Mm-hmm. So these are the people you're building personal relationships. Oh, you want to go to lunch? Oh, like let's have drinks after work. Like, and it starts like that, right? And then next thing you know, it's just like, oh, y'all hanging out alone. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
No, if you're male, if my male coworker asks me out for drinks alone, I already know what time it is.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to, like...
Unless he's gay, like a gay coworker.
Why you want... Okay. To catch lunch during the lunch break? Oh, we both have lunch at 12 o'clock. Like, let's go get Subway next door. That's one thing. But, now it's after work. Like, it's off work hours. I could be going home. I could be going to do whatever I need to do, running errands, taking care of my personal life, because everyone has a personal life outside of their work life. But now... work hours are over and you're still inviting me into your personal life space time.
Right. Now I'm taking my tie off. I'm loosening up my button. I'm rolling up my sleeve. I'm laying back.
And it's like, you could be doing anything else. Why you want to be here with me? Like, you could literally be home, sleep. You could be watching your favorite show. You could be walking your dog. You could be twiddling your thumbs. Like, you could be doing anything that you want to do on your free time. The few hours of free time that you have. Mm-hmm. Why are you bringing work to your free time unless you want to bring work to your free time?
Mm-hmm. And this was clearly like a long distance relationship that he had with Nia, because she was living, I don't know where she lived prior, but she was moving to Boston
to be with him.
But it's so many red flags. It just, to me, it seems like they had some type of like up and down relationship. Like, because... not to say that every woman wants to be married, but most women don't go from I'm engaged to I don't think that marriage is for me type of thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's either you just never wanted to be married, or something happened that made you feel that way.
Right. Because it's either marriage is not for you. You're at her age. She knows whether or not she wanted it or not. So it's either why did you accept the engagement if you didn't want it, or why did you all of a sudden not want it if you accepted the engagement?
Yeah.
I don't know if, like, because, with social media and with, like, everybody being in everybody's business, like, we all up in their business right now.
Yeah.
How it, like, the trends of it goes is that, like, the next trending topic, this one is going to be out. Like, out of, people are out of sight, out of mind. So I'm hoping that the juicy details come out before everybody gets over it, because I want to know the juicy details.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know who, what, when, where, why, how, when, how many times, who was there, who knew, what y'all was doing.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, but he put out a statement basically apologizing to the Celtics, his team, his colleagues, his family. But it's like, bruh, like, and then they said that Nia Long didn't find out about it until a couple of days before it came out.
Right.
So basically he had to tell her, like, this is going to go public. I need to sit you down. So the whole time, we just acting like we together.
Right. I mean, she probably, honestly, as a woman.
She knew.
she maybe didn't know the extent of the affair, but she probably knew that he was dealing with somebody.
Yep.
But the thing is, for me, it's like with men, it's like men are so inconsiderate. You know what I mean? Like, if a woman is gonna, they're embarrassing. If a woman is gonna cheat on her fiance with her coworker, I guarantee you she is going to hide that shit so good. Like, that is not gonna cause, like, she is not going to risk her life, risk her career, risk her marriage, risk her family, risk her reputation, risk her bag, like, risk her money for a slice of dick. Like, that's not gonna happen. But a man will risk it all and then be like, well, I don't know how it happened.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if you don't want to keep it in your pants, that's between you and your relationship. That's whatever.
Yeah.
But for it to been such a scandal where you lost your job, you were about to lose your job. Like, you lost your job.
Yep.
That is you're doing too much.
Yeah. Well, he got suspended for a year.
That's losing your job.
Yeah, because they're gonna find somebody else and fire.
Of course.
But it's like, okay, and then there were people that were saying, like, was his punishment fair? Like, did they just punish him that way because he's a black man? Like, had it been a white coach, would he have gotten that type of discipline?
You know, I think that conversation needs to be had, but that conversation is also so exhausting for me because it's like, oh, if it were a white person, would you have? But you know what? You're not a white person. You're not. Your name is Udoka. See, you're not white. Okay?
See?
So, with that being said, oh, if it were a white person, would they have handled it different? Very possibly so. But guess what? You knew that you wasn't white when you was using your black dick.
Yeah.
So, you just gotta do things differently. It's like, you know, a black person getting pulled over by the cops and then acting a damn fool and say, well, if I were white, you wouldn't have.
You would.
Well, but you're not white. Like, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So you have to do what it is. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. Like, I'm not saying not to cheat on your 8-year fiance. If that's what you want to do, go ahead and do that. But don't cheat with your coworker. Don't risk you risked it all.
I have a good example of that. Like, so, like, my boyfriend, he has like a really high position or whatever, and his career is very, you know, professional. And he is so conscious of his appearance and how things look from the outside, where like he don't even get on social media. Like, he be like, don't post me on social media. I don't want to be on social. I don't have social media. Like, he's just very like how things look. Like, he doesn't even want it to be like questioned. And it just makes me like think that, you know, a lot of times, like, when black people get in positions of power or position like professional environments, it's like we know like that every little thing that we do is being watched and criticized. And it's like the fact that he's just like, he told me, he was like, we can't mess with the bag. Like, we gotta, he's like, everything we do gotta be tight. Because it's like, because they're just looking for, it's the one black guy that work here, just fuck up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, here you have this guy. How many black coaches is it in the freaking NBA?
I don't know. Not a lot.
You got an African black coach, like an African coach in the NBA, and you out here embarrassing your family, your team. It's not like, I think that if he were to have had a cheating scandal with a stranger, random stripper, prostitute, whatever, it would have been less. But the fact that it was a coworker, another Celtics employee, that just is like, you're doing too much. Yeah. But I think if it was like a prostitute, it would have been like more shameful. Because they would have been like, what? You out here sleeping with prostitutes and and Nia Long is your...
You're out here sleeping with randoms and Nia Long is your damn fiance. But you know what? People are like, oh, Nia Long, how you fumble Nia Long? Like,
Girl.
they fumble.
Beyonce was getting cheated on for years. Nobody even knew.
Beyonce, Halle Berry, Nia Long.
It just happened. It doesn't matter what your status is, how pretty you are. You could be the smartest person in the world. You can have the best body in the world. You still gonna get.
I can't say you're still going to get cheated on.
I would say almost every woman at some point in their lives get cheated on, unless they just like didn't date a lot of people. Like if they only like dated their high school sweetheart, got married, or their college boyfriend got married, they might not have got cheated on.
Right.
But if you just been out here in the dating world and you just had a couple relationships here and there, like at some point it shit just goes down.
I remember when I found out I was getting cheated on, my little heart was in shambles. The first time, oh my God, my little boyfriend, I was like 20, maybe 19 or 20.
But you cheated back.
No, not on him.
Oh,
not him.
That wasn't him.
Before him.
Oh.
Before him. He's the one who turned me into a damn menace. Because he broke my little heart. After that, I was like, anybody can get it. Like, all y'all is getting, I'm a menace. Like, well, but I changed my ways. But
yeah.
After that, I was like, these niggas is just, my little feelings were hurt.
Yeah, I mean, getting cheated on doesn't feel good. But let's get into that. Like, so let's talk about just, like, the double standards of cheating. And, like, do women get a pass when they cheat versus like when men cheat? Like, and when I say pass, I mean people will say things like, well, what did he do? Or what was he not doing? Or she had to cheat because he did something, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't explain it, but people will say like she must have cheated because he wasn't, being a good provider and he wasn't emotionally available, or like it's like women kind of get a pass, like, yeah, he has to just been treating her just really horrible for her to go out and do that.
I don't know if it's a pass or if it's that innately, like, women's nature isn't just to go cheat per se. Like, I think, and okay, this is maybe me being super biased.
Statistics say that women cheat more than men.
That's a bullshit. That's bogus. There's no way women cheat more than men.
Maybe we just don't get caught. Maybe we are though.
There's no way women could cheat more than men. Like, because the thing, okay, here's what I see it as. Like, men will just cheat to cheat. Like, I've had conversations with guys that'll be like, I could love my girl. I never want to lose her. Like, I love her, need her, can't live without her. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. But if I have the opportunity for a one night stand, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, a man could just cheat just because he just wants variety and he just wants just to try something different for today, or he just see a pretty girl and
has no desire to even ever continue talking to her ever again. Like, it could just be like, I want to one time, and then like literally I don't ever even have to know your name or ever talk to you again. Like, women don't really do that per se. Like, women have to kind of like you, like, before they would even be interested in you. And then in order for them to like step out on a and I can only speak for myself, so let me not speak for all women, but I am a woman, so I'm speaking for myself, me as a woman. If I was gonna step out on somebody for somebody else, it would either have to be the combination of two things. The person that I'm stepping out on is not fulfilling what I need, and the person that I am stepping to is giving me something that I am like craving. Yeah, you know what I mean?
You feel like it's better, like it's a step up and not a step down.
A step in a different direction, possibly. Yeah, possibly a step in a different direction, or like, fulfilling a void that is missing. But I can't see myself risking it all to cheat. Like, I wouldn't risk like, if I was going to cheat on somebody, like, in the times where I have cheated, it was like on my boyfriends, it was like, if I lost him for him, I'd be all right with that. I've never been in a relationship that I was scared to lose and then cheated.
Right.
That's risky business.
They had a meme and they talked about like the reaction when Jada slept with August and how social media responded to Will's reaction versus the other way around with Nia Long's, being the person being cheated on. Like, I guess they were trying to say like people didn't really like rally around Will when during that situation. Like he was literally like kind of like welding up with tears, and people made memes out of it, and the memes went viral when they talked about it on Red Table Talk. Like
So
nobody
what is
really
it like? You're saying in the sense like, okay, if a woman gets cheated on, they get all this sympathy. Oh my God, prayers for Nia Long.
Yeah,
we're sticking beside
why
you.
would you cheat on Nia Long? Like who would cheat on
Right.
Nia Long? She's beautiful, she's the most beautiful woman in the world. Da, 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 da.
Right. And then when men get cheated on, it's like, ah, nigga, you alright.
Like nigga, this nigga crying. Like it's just a different response.
Touche. I think that it's because let me gather my thoughts on that before I speak. Why do women get sympathy when they're cheated on and men don't get sympathy? I would say men don't get sympathy when they're cheated on because people automatically assume that the woman cheated because of him. Like men get blamed for the failure in relationships always. Like and it's
That's
crazy because like one, I date men who tell me about their past relationships, or I talk to my homeboys who tell me about what they're dealing with women, and bitches is crazy. And two, I'm friends with women who tell me what they're doing, how they're moving in their relationships, or how they're maneuvering their dating situations, and bitches is crazy. However, it always seems that at the demise of any relationship, the man gets the fault. Like it's always like, oh, he didn't hold it together. Women get blamed for not being able to stick it out and stay. Like, oh yeah, you couldn't keep a man. But it's not like, okay, you couldn't keep a man. It's always like women couldn't keep the man, but that man was not worth or being kept, or that man caused the problem.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I felt bad for like people, like guys that I knew like that were good guys and they like got cheated on, like because I knew them personally. But like definitely from like an outer perspective, I'm definitely like judgmental. Like she was cheating on him, like with this guy. Da, 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 da. Like what was he doing? Like it does make me think like what was possibly going on in that situation that caused her to do that.
I have a really good friend who recently, it's not recently, it's been a few years now, him and his wife have called it quits or whatever. And when he tells me the stories of his wife, I'm like, how did you not see the red flags a long time ago? Like that lady was crazy as hell, Yeah. But then at the same time, it's like, okay, I'm obviously hearing the perspective of a wounded person.
Yeah.
So I bet if I were to hear her side of the story, he has all these flaws too. And him being just like a friend of mine, I can even see some of possibly what could have caused. I mean, I don't know. But like, so I'm thinking like, you know what? There's two sides to every story. It's never like the one person's fault or the other person's fault. But
in my eyes, here's the thing. People either have integrity in certain moments when times get confusing and difficult, or they don't. And the ability to be able to self-govern yourself in hard times is basically what makes you have quote unquote like character or integrity. No matter what the situation is, you still made a conscious choice. Like I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna step outside of like what I know is right to do and just do the complete opposite. So it's like technically anyone can cheat. Like it's not one particular person or type of person. Anybody can cheat if you're put in a situation and you don't have the
Discipline.
The discipline. Because if you think about it, like, we all go through relationship problems. Some days you look at your man or your woman like, I really don't like you. Like, I might love you, but I don't like you today or whatever, right? And then just so happen you see a guy who is literally your type. Like, he is your type and he's coming around, you know, he's passing by. Maybe he works with you, whatever. And it's just like, it feels easy to be flirty or whatever. And the thing is, just because you're in a relationship or a marriage, it doesn't stop you from having attraction. So when you look at Nia Long's dude, you know, this is an attractive man.
Oh, for sure.
He can pull women. This is not no ugly dude. Nobody's just looking at him because he has money or he's the coach of the Celtics. Like, he's an attractive guy.
And he has money and he's the coach of the Celtics.
So that's like a triple threat there, right? We would be a fool to think that he's just because he's laying next to Nia Long that he is no longer attracted to any other attractive woman.
Yeah, of course.
In this world, and that woman just happened to be someone he worked with that he's seeing all the time, and it's like, you know, it's easy to cheat on somebody, and if you don't have like that self-discipline to be like, you know what, I'm gonna go home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or this is, I shouldn't be in this situation. Like, I actually had a friend who was married, and a similar situation happened where he was just not, things were not working out in his marriage with his wife. Like, he was trying. Things just was one thing after another. It just wasn't happening. They were going to therapy and all this kind of stuff. And there was this one particular woman who was just giving him attention, and she knew he was married, and they were texting and talking and all these things. And he planned to cheat on his wife. Like, he had a hotel set up and everything. But when it came down to it, he didn't do it. Like, he just canceled everything. But,
sir, if I was that woman, if I was a side chick, I'd be like, hold up. not you feeding me all this bullshit, talking all this game.
Nah, we fucking today.
Sir, tell your wife you'll see her tomorrow.
Yeah, like, so he's like, he didn't even, like, he just canceled everything, like, didn't even show up, like, whatever. Like, but that is a test to your character. Mm-hmm. So it's like his character was being tested. Mm-hmm. Like, yes, you're not happy. You know things aren't going right. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You're trying everything and y'all still can't get on the same page. And there's certain things that you need from your wife, which is physical attention. Because, you know, women, we shut down. Like, when things aren't going right, we don't want to have sex. Because that's I
don't know. I've never been, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm always ready to go at all times, but I can't think of a time where I withheld sex, or not even withheld. Let's not use that word. I don't think there was ever a time where it was like, oh, I'm so pissed that I'm not horny.
Well, I'm not speaking in that, you know, like a situational thing. I'm talking about when it goes on for a long period of time and you're just not getting on the same page, and you feel like your husband's not giving you what you need emotionally, and he's feeling like you're not. It's like y'all just, that's when it usually happens. It's like you just kind of shut down, like, physically. You know what I mean? It's like you can't get horny. It's like you just like, I don't know what it is, but you just.
I haven't experienced that. Hasn't been my experience.
I've had that experience where I'm like, I'm having sex and it's just dry with my boyfriend.
Oh yeah, okay. I remember I had like been arguing with my man. Like, this was, you know, many years ago, whatever, and I remember I was just like starfish, like just laying there. And then afterwards, he was like, he was like complaining about it. He's like, it's like you don't even want to be here. You just like, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, you're right. It wasn't like I didn't do it, but I definitely wasn't doing it well.
Yeah.
Doing it.
Because emotionally,
I did it, but I didn't do it well.
Yeah, because emotionally, something just cuts off and we're just like, we're not present. We're not present.
You're right.
And so that's what was happening in their relationship. It was just like, they just weren't seeing eye to eye. She was shut down. And he wasn't getting sex, and he was just like, man, I'm just trying to do anything at this point. Like, my wife don't want to have sex with me. I'm just about to get it somewhere else. But his character was like, I can't even go through with this. Yeah. You know what I mean? I can't even go through with it. And eventually they did get a divorce. But the point is that, like, your character is going to be tested when you're in a relationship, because fine people come around you, and sometimes they're not even fine, but they just have the personality that you like, and they might be really, really smart, and y'all have good conversations, and that alone can be a form of chemistry, and you know what I'm saying, and that's the thing, is like, we don't really know what happened in the relationship with Ime and Nia Long. Like, maybe they didn't have that spark anymore. Maybe they were just forcing a relationship to have them just because they had been together for so long. Like, we don't really know the details of it. But what I do know is anybody could cheat.
They were a beautiful couple. That is a gorgeous couple.
Yeah.
That is a gorgeous couple. They look amazing together.
Yeah.
But not all that glitters is gold.
Yeah, I definitely know that. I'm pretty sure she's not going to go back to him, because of the simple fact that it got out in the public.
And they weren't married.
Yeah.
It's easy
but they
to
do
break
have a
up.
kid. They do have a kid together. I know that for a fact. They do have a kid, so this is hard, because now you got to explain to your child why we're breaking up. Like, why your family's breaking up. Like, so it's tough. It's tough, and it's embarrassing.
Prayers to Nia Long and prayers to Aimee, because you're gonna need it with after all this scandal pops off.
Yeah.
And to everyone, to society, and to ourselves, you're right. There is a double standard when it comes to cheating, and it shouldn't be like that. It should be everybody is held accountable for their own mistakes.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? To be fair,
and everybody deserves sympathy when they're heartbroken, not only women.
But to be fair, you know, I be on my Libra shit. But I just wonder too, like, because there's so much that we don't know, and I just wonder too, like, maybe Nia Long wasn't making him happy, and maybe he was looking for something or something outside of the relationship, and maybe this woman was giving it to him or whatever. Like,
she was a married woman too, so it was a whole mess.
Yeah, but what I mean is, like, sometimes you're just you just want your partner to be giving you something, and it's like you're not getting it, and so, you know, you could tell that they was faking their happiness, because, like, why y'all just randomly together this long, and then he moved all the way to Boston and you ain't go with him, and then all of a sudden you decide to go with him, and then boom, a bomb.
Well, I mean, the Boston move could have been anything, because he moved to Boston for work. Maybe she had to stay wherever she was to, you know, do the final, finishing up the move, and then, you know, her intention was to go be with him. Yeah. You know, she could have said, stay in Boston this season and I'll stay over wherever I'm at. She didn't. So I think that they had intentions. You know, they were intentional, but this public outing, that'll do it.
Yeah, to me, it just seemed like something was already rocky in the relationship. And people don't just, like, randomly just all of a sudden just randomly cheat. Like, he could have been cheating the whole relationship, and she knew this about him, but it just didn't become a big deal until it went public. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm excited to find out. I can't wait for more.
But I guarantee, if he was cheating, she knew he was cheating. She probably just didn't know with who.
With who?
But like you said, a woman's intuition, we just know stuff. We can feel it. Like, it's the kind of thing that wake you up out of your sleep in the middle of the night. Like, you just be having dreams.
And like I said, how men are
cheating on me?
Like, in the same thing, like how earlier I was like how men are just so, like, they don't really think things through. Like, they're just gonna like, with a man, you can notice the slightest little difference, like the slightest changes in their, like, day-to-day schedules, changes in their, like, in their day-to-day, just like small little things. Like, you know, like, I remember one time when I knew I was getting cheated on was when, like, the person I was seeing at that time was like we had plans for a week. We had plans for that weekend. And then the whole week leading up to it, like, I know how he would normally act when we have something major coming up. So, like, let's say we had a major thing coming up on, like, Friday, whatever. So typically, like, I know his personality. So, like, from Monday to Thursday, if we're doing this on Friday, from Monday to Thursday, you would be acting like this. You would be trying to get it together, plan it, set it up, And Monday to Thursday is coming, and it's here, and I'm like, you're not acting like someone who is gonna be doing this on Friday. Mm-hmm. So then when it came down to it, he's like, oh, I gotta cancel the plans because this and this and that. And I'm like, nigga, you've been lying all week. I know that whatever it is that you feel like you need to do is more important than what we've had planned to do. The following week when we rescheduled for, let's say, and I don't remember the dates anymore, but let's say we rescheduled for the following Friday. That Monday through Thursday, he was back on point doing the things that he was supposed to be doing last week. So I'm like, all right, bet. And then I found out.
When I was getting cheated on,
it's like the fact that we can just like reminisce, like, oh, yeah, the time I got cheated on.
Yeah, because it don't hurt. It's like not painful anymore. Like I'm over it, but it's like I definitely like ignored the intuition. Like I used to have dreams. Like I remember one time I had a dream that he was cheating, and I woke up and I like, are you cheating on me? He's like, what? No, like. It was so strong, but I used to ignore it. Like I knew it from like the pit of my stomach, like down to my central nervous system. I knew, but I just would not. I couldn't accept it. I was like, no, he would never do that to me. Like he just would never.
Yes, the hell they would.
Oh my god! And then here it goes. Like I was seeing like his, I was seeing his lifestyle changing, but it was more so like, it was more so like, okay, I'm going out. He would go in groups like with his friends and stuff like that. But the girl would be there because she was like in the friend circle. So it was like an easy way to like, oh, I'm going out for drinks with my frat brothers or whatever. Or, oh, I just joined this after school program mentoring kids, and then she also is in the girl version of the after school program, and they're all going together. You know what I'm saying? It was like so easy for him to like cover his tracks, and because I was just like the type of girl that was just like, well, like I was just like, okay, go, like, I wasn't tripping. It was easy for him to do it until that one night, girl, my cousin hit me up and was like, I
see so and so here with somebody else.
No, it was my cousin basically told by our other cousin, because the other cousin didn't want to tell me, like it didn't know how to tell me, or should she tell me. And so she told my cousin that I'm closest to, and then the cousin that I was closest to called me and let me know what was going on.
They saw him.
So the basically it was my first cousin, who was his wife, that saw them together at this
wherever,
right? But but she was with her sister. So my cousin's wife was with her sister, and her sister knew the girl.
Oh, so then they were like, hey, and then probably
and
your man was like,
and he's like, and you know how a nigga started explaining shit and you ain't even ask him shit.
Like, oh, this is my coworker.
Yeah, this is my friend. We just here for a party, and she's like, okay. Like, so it made it look super suspicious.
Right.
And then the funny thing about it is, I don't know.
That's one thing that a nigga will do is tell on himself. You don't gotta ask no questions. You just gotta listen. Ask one question and just sit back and listen.
Yeah. So let me tell you, it gets even more interesting. So I think it was so my cousin's wife's sister, who knew the girl, was like, oh, like, how do you know him or whatever? And she was like, he's my boyfriend. Because at this time, she doesn't know. So she knows about me.
Your cousin's wife,
sister,
who knows the girl, was like, oh, how you know him? Because she knows she knows you. Like, right. It's kind of distant, but she knows y'all. Yeah. And so she was like, he's my boyfriend, she was probably like, and then your cousin's wife, who was right there,
she's like, no, that can't be your boyfriend because that's my cousin's boyfriend. So the girl,
so she confronted it right there, and
she said it, yeah. But here's the thing. So, like, the girl, she knew, like, about me the whole time. Like, but I guess she thought, like, that should be her response. Like, oh, he's my boyfriend. Like, maybe she thought that was, like, the logical thing to say at that time.
She knew that.
She knew about me.
She knew that he had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, but she didn't know that they knew you.
So, she said, this is my boyfriend.
Right. They didn't know. She didn't know that was your cousin and her sister. Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So by the time it got to me, I'm literally up like, boiling, waiting up all
and
night.
And what an embarrassing way. Like, everybody, your cousins know.
Cousin,
like,
wife,
come on,
cousin,
bro.
sister, everybody know, right? So then, bruh. So then I'm literally blowing him up all night. And of course, like, if you know my mom, okay, you don't know my mom, but my mom's a Cancer. You know, Cancers are very sweet, nurturing, loving people, but they're also crazy as fuck. So my mom is like that, ride or die, like, okay, like, yeah, we ready to be some ass, like, we ready to, like, pop up, show up, like, that's, my mom is down for whatever. Like, she looks really nice and sweet, but she is definitely, like, the go-to person when you want some shit to go down, like, you call my mom.
Right.
So she was like, okay, so then we knew, like, that they went to a club afterwards. So he was, like, ignoring my calls. Like, I guess he was like, I'm just finna get all the extra
I'm already in trouble.
I'm already in trouble, so I'm just finna, like, ride the whole night out. Like, it probably was, like, 3, 4 in the morning before he probably finally actually got in my presence. But me and my mom at the time, like, my mom was like, what you want to do? You want to go by the club? Like, what you want? I'm like, no, mom. I'm just like, so I'm just,
oh my
I'm
God.
literally in shock. Like, this is even happening to me. Like, and my mom like, you sure you don't? Let's go ride by it. I'm like, no, because then I got to put on clothes a little cute. I can't just be going there.
Right. You can't be Derek Jackson's wife with the bonnet.
In my house, it was
wearing
her
her helmet of salvation.
Yeah, like, if I'm going to the club, like, I got to go home and like really get done up, and then get done up to, like, possibly get in a fight. Like, this is not, it's like, this is not gonna work.
Right. I'm definitely never gonna go get dressed to go confront my cheating man. Like, that's the last thing that you'll ever see me do.
Yeah.
If you ever see me do that, call the damn police. I need help.
So I was like, nah, I'm gonna wait it out. So finally, I'm blowing his phone up literally all night. I'm blowing up, and I see his ass. So one time, his ass answered, and then I can hear him talking to somebody in the background.
So he answered by accident?
I think he might have answered by accident, or he answered, but then realized the girl was finna walk up on him or something like that. Because I could hear the girl's voice in the background. I'm like, where are you? I'm acting like I don't know shit at this point. Because I never said, like, texted him, like, I know something. I was just like, oh, what you doing? Like, where you at? What's up? Whatever. Like, I was trying to, like, lay low.
He had to have known.
He knew he had an inclination, but he didn't know for sure. You know, a man is not going to just automatically, like, I know you know.
Right. He's not going to.
They're going to see how much you know first before they tell the truth. So his lying ass was like, answered the phone, and then I heard the girl voice, and I'm like, yeah, where are you? He's like, oh, I'm out with friends. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, and I think then I tried to maybe, like, question him about something. I can't really remember how it went down, but anyway, the phone hung up. And I'm like, now I'm really even more heated, right?
Oh, he's a menace.
The
like,
phone hangs up.
Not only did you get caught cheating, you obviously just saw that you ran into your girlfriend's cousin while you're with your other girlfriend. Like, okay, so you already know that you're in some mess, and not only are you in the mess, but you're not even trying to clean it up. Like,
I remember that. I remember that. So I was like, well, I said the cousin name. I told them, like, oh, my cousin's wife saw you, da 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 da. I was like, who is the girl that you were with? This nigga said, oh, it's a girl that be with us, like, in our friend group, and she likes me. He said so he was like, he played it down. Like, I was like, oh, okay, well, how long did you know that this girl liked you, and you still just hanging out with her or whatever? You think that that's appropriate? Oh, she been liking me, but I don't like her back and all this stuff. Like, I mean,
please. I would not even have had that conversation at that point.
So honestly, finally, that's when he hung up.
Have your great night.
That's when he hung up on me, because the girl walked up.
I'll fight you tomorrow.
Right. So the girl walks up. So of course I can't even sleep when there's something like this going. I can't sleep. I'm just up, like, because I'm bored. I want to beat your ass.
I'm sleep like
nah. At this point, I just want to punch you in your shit. So I have been violent before. I'm not gonna lie. But these are the times that I've been violent. It's not. I feel like I'm not just a naturally violent person, but it's like sometimes a motherfucker will take you there.
Oh my goodness.
So
I don't even let men stress me. Ever since I got my heart broken when I was 19, These niggas cannot stress me out. I do not let these niggas stress me out. Sir, go do you. You don't ever have to see me ever again. Bye. I would block that, like, that situation. Cousin would have called me. Oh, he's here, da-da-da-da. I would never have called. I would have blocked his number, and that he would have never saw me ever again. He
it sounds easy to say, but when you in a relationship with somebody for 4 or 5 years, it's not just like a random guy that you just been with for like a couple of months. This is like a full out relationship. You can just block somebody. I couldn't do it. I need, first of all, I need answers, and I need to beat your ass. So
that's fair. Like, that's fair. I don't need that.
Yeah, I don't need that. I need that. And
I need answers sometimes, but not really. Like, I can do without the closure. I might not necessarily be okay with it. Like, I would probably want the closure, but I'm not stressing myself or stressing you for that. Like, it's obviously at a space where, like, and then especially if he's like, okay, if he got caught and he was apologetic, like, oh, let me fix this, you know, maybe that's something I would.
That came later. You know, the niggas always be crying.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like, I need, like, first of all, if you're gonna cheat on me, I need to never ever find out. Like, the second I even have like a whiff of it, I'm turned off. Like, people think that, like, a lot of times people think that, like, okay, you do this whatever you're doing and then it's gonna make them, like, jealous. For me, I don't get jealous. I just get unattracted. Like, the second, like, talk to me nice, play nice. Everything needs to be nice for me. Like, the second that it's not, I'm not saying that it has to be rainbows and butterflies the entire time. Like, I know that there's, like, trials and tribulations in a relationship. Don't get me wrong. But the second it's like, oh, I'm being treated unfairly, I'm being treated poorly, like, I'm being disrespected, fuck out of here. I don't even like you anymore. Like, I don't even like you anymore. I'm not mad at you because I don't even like you. You know what I mean? It's not, and I'm not saying it has to be perfect, but I'm saying, like, okay, Nia Long, let's go back to the topic I had. Did she probably know that her fiance was cheating? It's possible. I don't know what it is, but sir, you cheated with your coworker. You lost your job. You embarrassed me in front of the whole internet. You on here. Her husband had to find out. I don't even like you. Like, you are unattractive to me. Like, doing all that. Like, go hunch on somebody and give them $40 and go about your way. Don't embarrass me with, you know, like.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, niggas really be embarrassing, and
super embarrassing.
And that's the thing. It's like, I highly doubt that this is the first time that he's cheated on.
No, for sure, for sure.
I highly doubt that, and I'm pretty sure that probably was like when she said, "I don't think I need to get married. I don't think I need the first." Because you ruined the fairy tales. You did something to make her be like, I don't even think I need to get married. Like, I just want to be able to be out when I need to be out. Right. It's just weird when a person accepts an engagement.
And then moves in that direction.
And it moves in that direction. So I'm pretty sure that she knows exactly who he is. She's not shocked, but she is shocked that he would go.
That we all know who he is now.
Yeah, and because he would go to the
that happy, beautiful couple look. You know, the actress, that was a great couple, a gorgeous, beautiful black couple, beautiful, handsome man, beautiful woman, both successful, like glowing skin glowing, like radiating melanin and golden sun rays from both of them. You know what I mean? Like, they look good. Like, they just, you know, and then that whole
you can't come back from that. And even if she wanted to forgive him, she can't because everybody knows. You can't even be proud to even have a man on your arm no more. Like,
right. And then on top of it, it's like, it's also like so many other things. Like, let's say it was her husband, he cheated, whatever. But it's like, y'all been engaged for 8 years. He never married you. And he's cheating. Like, ma'am, at this point, like, if you stay with him, now we're gonna laugh. First we're rallying behind you. Now we're gonna laugh at you because, like, he hasn't given you any reason to, like, forgive him. If that, like, Beyonce forgave Jay-Z because Jay-Z did all the steps that he needed to do for the public to redeem himself.
Not only that, but Jay-Z like actually went to therapy.
Yeah,
like
for the public and in private.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He grew up,
and they have a marriage. They have a marriage. They have kids. They have like solidity. Is that
right?
The word?
Something to
like
really
a foundation. Them, they hadn't even gotten married. They're not even married. Like what? Like you're cheating before you even get married. First of all, it's not even like you're 8 months engaged. You're 8 years engaged, not married, cheated. Like be gone.
Yeah, just gone.
Yeah,
just gone.
Yeah.
Just go and move. Do not move to Boston. Just go back to wherever you was, LA or wherever you were, and live your best life. Cause you might as well just go on and just be like a little undercover hoe like Sanaa. Cause Sanaa be hopping and skipping and dipping, and she just be minding her own little business, happy and single.
Having
sex with the rappers.
That don't sound like a bad life.
You might as well, cause this
that do not sound like a bad life.
This ain't it, sis. So,
well, thanks for watching. We missed you, and we're back on track.
We're gonna be back on track, like seriously.
Yes. Girls Gone Viral.
Follow us, like us, subscribe to us.
And share.
Yes, and share. See ya.
Peace.
Bye.